Hi, my Cancer friends. Here with your weekly reading. I have a couple of new tools I'm working with today that I'd like to share with you. First, I do want to say that I do accept free will donations for these readings. The link for that is in the comment section if you should feel called for that. The first new tool I'm working with, I work with a pendulum to do my checking on myself. And so I just got this new pendulum. It is lapis lazuli, which is a third eye stone for psychic development, intuition, visioning, right? And isn't it beautiful? Um, I'm working with that today. And then I also got this really fun new tool. It is a dice. It is a deity planetary dice. So it has different symbols of the planets on it. So we'll see what they have to say, the planets and the deities associated with them for your focus for the week. And so that's a new fun little tool that I'm going to add to your reading today. And so, getting started, um, you got strength in reverse, right? And so the strength card is about forgiveness and being able to have that inner strength to overcome things. But for you, Cancer, that is in reverse. And so it is the opposite, meaning that you're really struggling to find forgiveness, or you're really struggling to pull at that inner strength, right? That's needed right now in your situation. And so that's going to be your kind of theme for the week, unfortunately. And so, as your obstacle card, you did get the Four of Spring. Now, the Four of Spring, is about being grateful, right? Being grateful for what you have and being at peace, right? And so, as an obstacle card, that's saying that you're not at peace right now. You're really feeling disconnected. You're really feeling discontented, and you're also uh, really struggling to find things to be grateful for. And so, one of the things I would like to recommend to you is to just start each day as soon as you get out of bed, is to write down, 5 things that you're grateful for. It's going to help try to shift that focus for the week. And I don't care if you say, I'm grateful that the sun came up, I'm grateful for this cup of coffee, and I'm grateful that I had a bed to sleep in tonight. Whatever you need to say you're grateful for, you need to shift that focus. Okay, because your focus is going to be the opposite, right? That's where you're going to feel comfortable in the opposite of that. But I think that if you can find space for gratitude this week, that's going to be really super helpful for you. And for advice, your advice card, you've got the Empress. And the Empress is all about taking action, and also allowing some luxury in your life, right? Really, really flowing through. And you know, the guides are talking about being creative, learning creative ways to help you through. Because sometimes, especially when we're feeling down, one way that we can work through that is through creativity. I've talked about this before, because that requires a different part of our brain, right? We cannot be sad and happy at the same time. We cannot be sad and, sometimes it's through creative efforts that we gain clarity. And so, and I, again, I'm going to stress, as I've stressed many, many times before, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, but there are other ways you can be creative, whether it's musical instruments, singing, dancing, writing, so try to find something creative. And also the luxury side of it, that means self-care. That's really what they're saying to me today, is self-care, self-care, self-care. Bubble baths, lots of pillows, comfy clothes, really treat yourself well this week, Cancers. Okay. And the healing with the fairy card that you got is look inside yourself. Okay. Sometimes when you feel empty, your first reaction is to try and fill up the emptiness by acquiring something or someone. You may fall in the trap of thinking, I'll be happy if or when I have fill in the blank. Then you get the new acquisition, you only feel satisfied for a little while. The fairies remind you that the only source of true fulfillment is by connecting with your spirit within. Have a mental conversation with your creator and feel yourself filled with divine love. The same holds true if you're searching for answers from outside authorities. Now, there's nothing wrong with seeking counsel from wise friends, especially if their advice echoes what you know to be true. But perhaps you've been asking your friends, mentors, or psychics for solutions and you feel confused by conflicting advice. So, if everyone is telling you different solutions, you'll need to meditate on what your inner guidance is telling you. Affirmation is, I have great beauty and light inside of me right now, and I tap into all of the knowledge of the universe. Right? And I think that's important for you this week. We've talked about self-care. We've talked about, really struggling. And, I think that it's important for you to look inside yourself. Like, if you're struggling, why? What is the cause? What is the reason? It may not be what you think it is. So meditate, do some meditation, turn to your guides, turn to source to get to the root cause so that you can begin to work through it and heal in a good and powerful way, right? I think that's going to be important for you. And of course, you got a root chakra card, no worries, right? Remember that protection is your divine birthright. Ground your energy into Gaia with a vibrant garnet red grounding cord that you send from between your hips down into the depths of her sacred womb. Send all of your fears, worries, and concerns down that cord and feed them back to the earth where they can be transformed and transmuted, returning to you as usable white light. And a good crystal to work with for that is red jasper, and the herb is rosemary. And so again, that's really good advice for you this week. I think that working with your root chakra, you're safe, you're held, because you're kind of going to be feeling like that's not the case, right? We go back to that strength card, like that you don't have what it takes to overcome things, and you're struggling with forgiveness, and you're struggling with you're just struggling. And so working on your root chakra this week is really good advice. Working with root chakra stones, red jasper, garnet, really get grounded, right? Okay. And then you got a sacral chakra card and the seductive flame. You are coming alive in the best, most empowered way. The energy permeating your auric field is magnetic. Your sentences are heightened, your creativity is surging, and your vibrations are high. This joyous energy is rising within you like a victorious inferno, so hot it's impossible to extinguish. Let your fire burn bright. Others will be inspired by you as well. Life wants to come through you right now. You are advised to allow it. And the crystal for that is carnelian, and the herb is coriander. And I think this goes right back to that getting creative, right? Do something creative, because that's going to spark something new for you, right? I know it said the seductive flame. Yeah, seductive flame. And I don't think it has anything to do with sex, right? I think it has to do with creation. What are you going to create? What can you create? What can you, in this place of unknowing and uncertainty and fear that you are holding, how can you take that and turn that, right? Send it down to Gaia to be transmuted, right? Transformed, sent back to you as usable light in a creative way that's going to help you resolve your situation, right? Like that's good stuff. It's really good stuff. So a good intention for you this week is healed energy. I work with healed energy from all realms and in all forms, allowing these healing frequencies to raise and heal my own personal vibration. As I work with healed energies, my own life force is strengthened and reinforced, allowing me to extend my soul contract and continue my soul's journey in peace. And stone for that is azurine, and the essential oil is rosalina. And that is a really powerful intention for you to set this week. Cancers, my Cancerian friends, right? Working with healed energy and setting that intention that you are going to pull in that healed energy. I think that's going to be really helpful for you. And we talked about self-care, and I'm being told to take Rosalina in bath water is amazing. Just throw a little essential oil in your bath water. It's a great way to self-care. That Rosalina is really going to help you working with that healed energy to help uplift your spirits and hold you in divine love. And that's the message that I'm getting for you. Okay, and wealth of protection. I am eternally protected by forces seen and unseen who conspire to ensure my safe passage through life. I am blanketed by the expansive protection of spirit guides and ancestral beings who love and safeguard me no matter my age or location. And the stone for that is black tourmaline, and the essential oil is white sage. And if you really are feeling in that place of being uncertain and scared and unsure and needing strength, right? Remember, you're always, always, always protected, right? And you can call on that protection at any time, right? It's yours. It's there. It's right there with you, right? It's right there with you. Okay. I welcome miracles into my life. Be open to miracles today. You will experience a miracle each time you decide to let life love you a little bit more than before. I want to repeat that last part. You will experience a miracle each time you decide to let life love you a little bit more than before. So especially when we struggle, when we have struggles and we, are feeling those fears and worries, right? We have a tendency to think that life doesn't love us, that life is happening to us. But the reality is that life is happening for you. And you are always loved, and you are always held, and, the divine is there always, right? And then when we start to believe in that, then that's when we see miracles happen. And that's when we see that those miracles are there to help us, guide us, right? That's beautiful. Okay. I'm going to roll my dice for you to see what planetary alignment I get for you today. And you got Saturn. No. That's up for you. See. It's hard to see these. I'm so sorry. I lost it. Okay. You got the Saturn emblem. I know it's hard to see this. I see right there. The Saturn symbol. The Saturn deities are Saturn, Kronos, Shani, and Pan. Okay. And so focusing on structure, discipline, responsibility, patience, and the cycle of karma. Okay, those are the things that you need to focus on this week. Okay, with Saturn as your guide, and those deities you can call in for help with that. And I think that goes really well when you're talking about, feeling like that you don't have what it takes. Really, then look, I can do this. I have achievement. It's through Saturn that we get achievement and we get mastery, and we can structure things, and we can just really build on that, right? Okay. So that is all I have today for you. if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can email me at bonadeahealingarts@gmail.com. I do want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Know that I love you, and I'll see you next time.